Hi, welcome to La Femme en Bleu. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a positive comment. I'm coming to you now to kind of vent a little bit because I'm still trying to figure out the thought process behind my ex husband's filing for support. Um, and again, if you heard the last video, he shared with one of my relatives. He shared that he was kind of filing so that I wouldn't file first. Excuse me. But keep in mind, he hasn't spent a dime for our son for the past 7 years. But yet, he was under the impression that right at this point of my life, that I was actually gonna take him to court for child support. I mean, what kind of nonsense is that? But anyway, I mean, the goal for me is not for me to be worse financially, it's for me to be better. So the fact that he could even think like that is just insane. It doesn't make sense to me. But I'm I'm really livid. I'm upset that I even have to go through the process of filing against him. I have to put paperwork together. Last night I was up late trying to pull all my receipts and paperwork, and I'm like, who's got time for that kind of nonsense? I'd rather spend the time working and researching and doing what I need to do to make sure that at the end of the day, my family is better. You know, my life is better, that I'm making more, that I'm financially independent. So I'm really, really just disturbed by it all. I am. I really am. And I'm trying not to really bring family members or friends into my business to discuss this, but here I am putting this video out there to the public. It is what it is, right? So if you have any comments, any thoughts, I'm starting to meditate again in the morning just to kind of clear my head, because I always feel as if when things are quiet, that he's going to come back with some nonsense. You know, it's almost as if the person didn't want you when you were in the relationship, but once you're gone, it's kind of like, oh, I'm going to poke, I'm going to provoke, I'm going to do all these things to make sure that her life is not as pleasant as it could be without him. And it is much better without him, but I'm not the one poking and provoking. Yes, we had a relationship. Yes, it could have grown into a wonderful relationship without question, you know, because it only takes two people to put their heads together, put their minds together, and plan and grow the relationship. But when both people are not on the same page, it's impossible. But there comes a time when you have to let go. Just let go. You don't want the relationship? Let go. There's no reason to drag the person down just because you feel that you got the shorter end of the stick. At the end of the day, you really didn't, because you filed the paperwork. You filed the paperwork. No one put a gun to your head to do it. You made the decision to actually act upon your emotions. You reacted versus being proactive to kind of think, okay, what's going to be the outcome here? That should have been the thought. What's going to be the outcome? Because now it's been a long, lingering, dragging process that neither one of us have figured out how to put it to an end. I mean, I have not filed any paperwork. If anything, I counter, you know, because he comes up with so many issues that he wants to bring up, which the majority of these issues don't even hold in the court of law. But yet, he'll bring them up and waste money and waste time. And I'm still trying to figure out how he's paying his legal fees. He must be doing this pro bono, because at the end of the day, I am paying an attorney. And I'm tired of paying the attorney because I want to keep my money for myself. I don't want to have an attorney on retainer for another 4 years. So I'm saying all that to say, if you don't want the person anymore, leave them alone. Just leave them alone. There's no reason to drag the process. Just because you're mad, you're angry, you're jealous, or you're envious, whatever the emotion is, it's not worth it. You know, and the worst thing about it is, when I think about it, I'm like, this person calls himself a Christian. So I'm puzzled by this whole title of Christianity nowadays. If you are a Christian, you professing to be, then act like it. That's all. You know, the atheists, they clearly say they don't believe in God. And they act based on their emotions and what they think is right or wrong to do. So if you feel that you are a Christian, you're professing to be, the Bible tells you that you have the Holy Spirit in you, guiding you, directing you. So where is that Holy Spirit telling you, hey, you acting like a fool? Stop acting like a fool. Where is that Holy Spirit? Obviously, you're not listening to anything. Because if you do believe that there is a God that exists, and that you acting in good faith, and you professing to be a Christian, then act like a Christian. Let your fruits speak for let your fruit speak for itself. You know, the Bible talks about the fruit of the Spirit. And I definitely don't see envious as part of it. Envy is not part of it. You know, being envious is not an option. Being provoking is not an option. So if you're going to walk the walk, talk the talk, exercise it. I don't even know if I'm saying this right, but if you're going to talk the talk, then walk the walk. You know? So he's very deceiving. He's deceiving to himself. He's deceiving to those who know him, because ultimately he's not being himself when he's around his friends or colleagues. I mean, he's pretending to be a Christian, but behind closed doors, he's coming up with conniving ways to kind of try to make my life impossible and disturb my peace. But you know what? I'm a child of God too. That's the best thing about it, because at the end, I will get the victory. That's just the way it is, because I'm not poking. I'm not trying to do anybody wrong. I'm trying to do everybody right. And I know the fruit of my spirit, the fruit of who I am, will shine, will manifest without question. And that's what I'm holding on to. That's where my faith lies. And so I hope you are encouraged by this. Just know that regardless of what someone does to you, you don't have to retaliate. You don't have to do it back. Just hold firm to who you are. And God will fight the battle for you. He will. He will. Just hold him to his word. He will. And that's where I am. I'm holding firm that God will fight my battle for me. All right, friends. Thank you for watching La Femme en Bleu. Don't forget to subscribe. And until next time.